All set, and they're racing away. QATAR Springs almost came down. He seemed to go down on his knees there for a stride or two, and I think that's exactly what happened on his debut run. He came down on his knees and then recovered, but he's only a length off them early QATAR Springs, so we'll keep a close eye on him. Run for the Bulls right there in the early stages. Captain's Walsh, he's looking to improve stride and be in the early vanguard. Royal M and Scraping Paint, only 3 lengths off them. QATAR Springs is between runners, and Falling Sky, the market rival, looks to get a length closer. Comic Book Hero, Arrow Run further back, Epilogue, Amroth Bay. Couple of these known front runners are mid-division and 3 parts of the way back, Amroth Bay. Nishak's further back in the running, and Billy Goat's looking to drop out of it in the early stages. 1,000 metres to go, Captain's Waltz, QATAR Springs is right there between them. Falling Sky and the red and black silks on the outside, 3 around, Comic Book Hero, Run for the Bowl. Anton Marcus now allows Falling Sky to take on QATAR Springs. They've locked horns, they've gone eyeball to eyeball. Epilogue also makes a link. Comic Book Hero, Amroth Bay, Nishak's further back, Royal Airman. No turning back for Falling Sky, hit the front some 700-800 out as they come to the 550 by a length and a half. Epilogue's on the outside. QATAR Springs, let's see if he can recover to the inside. He's 2 lengths off them. Comic Book Hero, the red blinkers to the outside, Amroth Bay. Falling Sky at the 300. QATAR Springs is now looking to run him down, 250 to go. Epilogue's on the outside. Falling Sky, QATAR Springs, he's a half a length away, but at this stage QATAR Springs is now getting alongside Falling Sky, and you can be with QATAR Springs with 100 metres to go. QATAR Springs now sprung away by 2, and QATAR Springs will go on. He wins by 2 from Falling Sky second, Nishak running on third, Amroth Bay, Run for the Bowl. So this time the favourite recovers. QATAR Springs, you take a look at that slow-mo at the gates, he almost comes down on his knees there, but he certainly recovers here. So number 6, QATAR Springs, most punters banker in the pick 6 will oblige. Falling Sky made the move at around about the 8-900, but QATAR Springs, he's the better one on the day. Number 6 from the Gavin Van Zyl stable, he wins by about 2 lengths. Falling Sky, not disgraced in second, he gave it his all in second. Nishak, a nice improved run, found some outside support there, will stay on a running on third from off the tempo. And that 4th position for the quartets, that will be made up by Amroth Bay with the white cheek pieces on. Further back, Run for the Bowl, and the rest of them going up and down. Epilogue looked to make up some ground coming to the 300. He's run flattened out. Comic Book Hero, and the rest of them really trailing in a long way off the tempo. So it came down to Falling Sky and QATAR Springs, but at the 200 you just got the feeling that QATAR Springs was going to go right on by. Falling Sky's trying to stay on, but QATAR Springs is on his way for the victory, and the victory he'll win by about 2 lengths as they go to the winning post. Back in second, Falling Sky. Nishak, a late run up the inside in the green for third. Amroth Bay with the cheek pieces back seals the quartets there. That's the favourite, home and hosed in the opening leg of the pick 6, race number 3. Back to the studio.
Alder, the favourite, has obliged in race number 3, QATAR Springs for Gavin Van Zyl, and of course Brian Bernard, King and DeMello teaming up with the son of Classic Fag, the 4-year-old, only having his 3rd run today, and he's come through to win a very good race under a cool, calm and composed ride by Keegan DeMello. And we'll have a chat with Garrett first. And Garrett, come through, you did a bit of work for USO under starters orders, and you mentioned in that interview that this horse has got his problems, but you seem to be on top of things, and if he remains sound, he could be a nice horse.
Yes, all credit to Uncle Brian Dees. He found the horse at the sales, and maybe he'll tell you more, but the horse also found him, and he's stuck by him. He's, if he wasn't sore in front, he's sore behind. You back off, you start again. You give him a couple of months, he's sore again, and he just had the patience to back my dad. He knew what he was doing, and a big well done to my dad. Great effort with the vets, and it's been a costly exercise, but we're heading forward, and he's overcoming those issues, and a big well done to Uncle Brian and to my dad.
I'm going to have a chat to Keegan about the ride because, you know, when you get one of these top jocks decide I'm going to take up the running and skips a few lengths clear, you need a fit horse to go and grab him.
You need a fit horse, you need confidence as well. Very confident ride from Keegan, you know, not to get caught up in that chase. You know, when Anton Marcus is thrown on the gauntlet, I think as a young jock you must be questioning yourself, but he knew the horse he had underneath him, and a very good ride, yeah.
Later on, anything else that you fancy? I know you got, I think, 2 more runners, Diamond Diva and Hannah.
Yes, just hopeful with Hannah and Diamond Diva, she's in with the squeak.
Thanks for that, Garrett. Compliments to yourself and your dad here in KZN. Well played, well done.
Thank you, Dees.
Lovely. Let's get Keegan de Mello. And Keegan, I must compliment you on this ride. You know, when Anton decides, I'm going to take the race and, you know, decide, let me set the fractions up front and skip a few lengths clear, you needed to be calm and composed, and you did just that. So a great ride from you.
Thank you very much, Deej. You know, it wasn't my plan to do that at all. You know, I didn't want to be so close today, but with the tailwind and all, I had to, you know, and I didn't want to get behind the better ones in the race, so I had to make a plan B. And you know what, I spoke to Uncle Brian and Gareth in the ring, and that's what we decided. This horse is way better coming from a bit further back, and I'm just glad he could quicken from where he was today, and he won well.
He looks like a horse, you know, and I looked up his pedigree in Classic OSA State 2600. He just looks like a horse that the further they go, the better he'll become.
Yeah, you know, he's going to get better. You know, he's still a colt, you know, so you still know there's a little bit of improvement there, and I think he loves the poly surface, you know, because he has been struggling with problems, and I'm just glad he's got over it.
When you were coming into the ring, I mentioned that, you know, as you got out of your term, you just grew confidence, and you're such an accomplished jock these days, so compliments on that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Deej. You know, without the support, you can never succeed, and you know what, I've got the backing of Mr. Van Zyl, all the other stable, Mr. Dry, Mr. Dixon, you know, they all support me, and I'm really grateful for the opportunities.
Now let's test your tipping. What can you tip us next as your best?
You know what, Ramp Diva, she's probably my next best. On the weight, she's got a big chance. I thought, you know, Super C's going to be a very hard horse to beat on the day. But you know what, we're going out there trying. Mr. Dixon, Yardy's on form, so we're going out there trying. And Diamond Diva in the back, showing a cracker last time behind the 2-year-old, so we're going out there hoping.
For all the guys that banked you in the Pick 6 and have backed you here, I'm going to shake your hand for that.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Lovely, Keegan de Mello. Now, Brian has kindly requested that his manager, Victor, come through and represent the family today. So we got Victor, I forget his surname, but I know it, I just forget his surname, but Victor, you're going to represent the family today, and you know, Brian Bernard has become synonymous with racing all over the country now, and really nice to see him get the results.
Yeah, no, definitely. Brian's done very well lately. He's been in the game. This is going on to his 3rd year. He's had 32 wins already, including 2 grade 1s. Can't complain. Not every owner has that. Well done to Brian. And like I say, horses found him. And QATAR Springs is one of those horses at the sale that found him in the ring, and he bought it. And the results are paying off.
Amazing, you know, because most owners get the advice from trainers when it comes to which horses they should buy, and Brian's now he's learning to choose them in the ring on his own.
Well, Brian believes go on your gut feeling, and 9 out of 10 times he's right on the gut feeling. It's not always the page, it's the horse and what it physically looks like. So at the end of the day, everyone's taking a chance, and he's got the luck of it, and he's getting the right one.
Victor, before you leave us, there was lots of confidence for this horse today, so you guys are glad that the number's in the frame?
No, definitely. Can't complain. A winner's better than running a drum. But well done to Uncle Brian, Lunda, Nadine, and to Gareth, Gavin, Keegan. Great ride. Well done.
Well played, Victor, and give our best to the entire family.
Will do. Thank you.
Lovely. Well spoken, Victor, the new manager of Bernard Racing. 6, 5, 9, and 6, 3, 9 and 5. 6, 3, 9 and 5. Your provisional result, race number 3.